Unbelievable! I feel great!
Straight away, I think, yes, we are recording and we are live.
All right.
With Mr. Alex Hunter in California, right? I think
Yep.
Kelly in the house, man. Like you're in morning time now, right?
Yeah, it is a little after 10 a.m.
Oh, sweet, man. We actually didn't record the beginning of the conversation, but I feel that tricking clothes thing needs to be still mentioned, and I think that's why we should continue while we're recording this thing. And I said earlier that Ott, if I'm mistaken, somebody from the community should correct me, but Ott was the first one promoting that different pants with different energy, like blue pants is ocean, and then you do more flow moves, you get into that state, then you get maybe some red color pants is fire, then you just go and smash some bangers. Rage. So yeah, you were talking about you had a good session with some.
Yeah. I was saying that I got some new tricking clothes the other day. That day I was doing all the gainer switches, and it just made a big difference in how I felt, and something about the new energy of having new clothes that I think transfers over to the session. You feel good about what you're wearing, you feel good about how you look, and it just gives you some confidence and does something to your mental state where you have a really good session. Then I was also saying that if I have a good session in like certain pair of clothes, like shirt and shorts, I'll keep wearing those same clothes for the next 3 or 4 sessions to try to like kind of mimic the power I felt, the magic I felt that first session.
So you having that vibration, that energy, that good feeling. I think there's something about fresh stuff. That's the morale, how you say in English?
The morale? Yeah, the morale.
Maybe it's like wearing a new armor,
Yeah, exactly. Tricking clothes make a big difference.
And what I always wanted to ask you, because I remember I've seen stuff from you back then, man. Like when your journey started, was it with martial posture? I think not a lot of people know about your background, but as far as I remember back then, the first footage I saw from you was somewhere there around in Philadelphia, I think, right?
Yeah, that's where I grew up. I grew up in Philly, and that was my karate school, even before tricking. I started there when I was 6, and it's a Kempo school, which is a form of karate. And yeah, we started doing flips around 2002, 2003. Oh, this video? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't find earlier footage from the.
I have one from 2004 of just me. I don't know if you've seen that.
Now, how is it called? Is it on YouTube?
You can just search Alex Hunter 2004. You should be able to.
And
it's mostly tumbling, but I've got some gainers, some 540s, some random kicks, tornadoes, butterfly.
So your journey actually started with basic martial arts, right? Or just
but that wasn't my tricking journey. It didn't really teach me tricking. I was definitely strong from it, and it taught me the basic kicks. But all the flips and weird tricking stuff, I was mostly self-taught.
And how did you start learning it? What was your approach back then?
Well, we had a demo team starting around 2002, I think. I was about 10. Yeah, I was 10. And we'd go to like different local events, different schools, and just like community stuff just to promote the school. So we would learn how to do flips from that. And then we would just have fun, and like we'd stack up all the mats in the karate school, and we'd try to flip over the mats, and we played dodgeball a lot and tried to do like crazy rolls to like miss the balls. And we loved the Matrix movies. And so we would just try to like mimic what we saw. And then, do you know what Ernie Reyes West Coast Action Team is?
Oh, yes, the legendary team.
I'm just putting on some sunscreen. So we had all of their tapes on like VHS, the tapes of their demos, and we would watch those, and we would just like try to do what they did. Pretty much, we would just copy it. Which is funny because now I'm like good friends with some of those guys, like Chris Tavera, Isaiah Flores. some other people, but yeah, we were just trying to mimic them pretty much. I don't even think we knew the word tricking yet. I think we were watching those videos before we knew the word tricking.
So you also just copied also frame by frame. You were watching it and going out and just copying the movements.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And then I think I was the first in my group to find the actual name tricking. I think I was just on Google and I just searched martial arts, either martial arts flips or martial arts tricks. And the first website it took me to was Bilang or Belong. I don't know how you say it.
Bilang.
And I didn't even know the actual name of the website for a while. I would just Google martial arts tricks and then I would just click on that first page. All right. And I didn't know that it was like the name of a guy or anything. I would just go to it. Right. And then they had like a short clips section. Do you remember that? I don't know how long you've been tricking.
Yeah, man. Actually, I joined somewhere after 2004, somewhere at the end of 2004. I come from Kung Fu. There was a Kung Fu school. And then for me, a big inspiration was the son of my sensei or master. He was like already very good. He did stuff from Wushu. So like those run up 540 kicks and then B kicks.
Yeah.
I saw that and I'm like, damn, I want to learn that. I actually had to sneak out after training or sneak in before training to train tricking because they didn't like to see it. There was the co-teacher. He didn't like us to flip around. He's like, why are you doing this flipping around? You know?
Oh, that's awful. Hey, I'm just gonna put my cereal bowl down. 1 second.
All good.
Oh, I'm okay right now. Thank you. 1 second. And then I'm just gonna walk around the neighborhood. Get some sun, you know?
That's the way, man. 20 minutes of vitamin D. Very important every day. And like I said earlier, I also try to, whenever there's sun, just to soak it in as long as it's there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I spend a lot of time outside. I spend a lot of time walking too. I walk a lot. And
so how did you come to train with Payne or go to the gym there? You grew up in that area or from?
Yeah. So Payne, he was my karate teacher even before tricking. He taught me Kempo.
Okay.
Before any of us were tricking. I think I met him when I was like maybe 7. And so yeah, he taught me Kempo. And then he eventually bought the school. He became the owner. And then we started that demo team together, all of us. So I had a squad of like, probably like 5 or 6 of us that were like really into tricking the most. And me and Ish are the only ones that still trick. Still in contact with a few of them, but you know, everyone just got older, got into different things. A couple of them have families.
Yeah, made different decisions.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It'd be crazy if everyone still tricked, you know, 17 years later. But yeah, we were just at martial posture for a while, just on the karate mats. It's like blue tatami mats. And then Ish found an open gym out in the suburbs. It was like 30 miles away. But it didn't really matter back then how far away something was. You would just go. If the closest gym was 2 hours away,
you will go.
Just go. It doesn't matter.
I know. Right? I feel you.
So yeah, we started going every Sunday. There was an open gym there. 2 big spring floors, trampoline, all that stuff. I'd never been on it. It was awesome. It was magical. And then we would just start go every Sunday. That'd be my day to trick. And then after karate classes, we would trick. My mom would be waiting outside in the car for me. She didn't understand what I was doing yet. She thought I was just doing karate. And she's like, why am I waiting outside every day, like 40 minutes after class? What am I waiting for? And then she would come up to the karate school. We're all like gathered around the computer watching like Bilang samplers or something. And she didn't really get it at first, like what we were doing, right? So eventually she understood what we were doing, kind of. Now she actually understands it 17 years later, but.
That's quite a while.
Yeah. I mean, it's confusing at first. They're just jumping over pads. They're just trying flips. I don't really get it, but they're super supportive. Let's see. Do you know who Vince Johnson is? Do you know who Vince Johnson is?
Vince Johnson in the Loopkicks sampler. I think the DVD. That's the guy that said, "Why we do this? Because we love this." I think it's
Yeah, exactly. So he's from Philly, and he was a NASCA competitor. You know, the sport karate. But he was also into tricking too. But we met him in 2005 at like a show we went to. One of our friends was a dancer, so we went to this dance show. Me, Ish, and a couple of the guys from the karate school. And after the dance show, they just had like an open thing where people were like just going up and like dancing or acrobatics or whatever, and we were doing flips, and we met Vince there. And he could like cheat 9, B-twist, cork, do all these moves we couldn't do yet. He knew Matt Emig, Daniel Sterling, and all these guys, and like we were freaking out just because he knew Daniel Sterling.
Which year was it?
You know? What?
Which was?
What did you say? Sorry.
The year. Which?
Oh, it was 2005. 2005. Like beginning of 2005. So we're freaking out that this guy even knew Matt Emig. That was amazing to us. So we started doing privates with Vince in tricking because we didn't really have any technique yet. We were just like kind of throwing ourselves still. So we started doing privates with Vince, and that's where we learned like actual technique, how to spot, how to set, all those kinds of things, how to actually train smart. So yeah, he taught us the idea of actual technique. And then we knew about Loopkicks camp. I think the first year was the year before that, 2004. And then he's like, yeah, you guys should come to this year, Loopkicks 2005. Vince was going to be a guest, and yeah, so we just went. My parents let me go to California with Ish and my friend Ed, and it like changed my life. And now I've kind of gone full circle because now I'm here in that same area. I'm just helping to like run Loopkicks. Not anymore, but I was. So that's kind of like a short story of how I got started. But yeah.
The thing in the gym, that's also a thing I wanted to ask. Are you just go for sessions on your own?
Can you repeat that?
You currently working there at the gym with Loopkicks? Or
No, I'm not. Not working right now with the pandemic. I actually did massage school last year, massage therapy, and I finished that in December. And then only about a month or two later is when things started to get locked down. So, no working right now. I've got unemployment and just kind of waiting, you know, everything's on hold.
So what I'm actually excited to know, you had a quite iconic start. I mean, you mentioned Loopkicks, Daniel Sterling, like to be exposed to such a big first event at such young age, then you know, that shapes you very strongly. And for me, what shaped me was watching your sampler back then in Germany while everything was going wild and stuff started for me with that little Loopkicks camp. I don't know, you know, the first sampler, that compilation of yours, that Higher, Alex Hunter Higher.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Unfortunately, the real sampler was removed. It had a way cooler track. Like it was a way better track. I cannot find it anymore.
Oh really? I never liked that song that much.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it got me. It motivated me back then to hunt swing.
Yeah.
So seeing you swing, and I remember I met you at GIGA 2011. Was it 2011?
2010. The first one, 2010.
Yeah, man, 2010. It was 3 a.m. in the morning or so. You went out onto the floor and just did, I don't know how many cork swings, like 7, 8, 9.
I think it was 9. It was like 3 a.m. and I think it was 9. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to talk about events and just your approach. And I mean, your swing technique is super clean. And what you would say, in your mind or in terms of difficulty, is it easier for you to do multiple cork swings, or multiple gainer switches?
Honestly, it just depends what I'm training at the time. It's kind of interchangeable. Whatever I'm training more at the time. Lately, it's been gainers, so it's gainers. You know, if I'm in the mood of training corks all the time, then it's corks. It's not really too different for me. Yeah, it's not too different. It just depends on what I'm training at the time, I would say.
So
yeah,
you don't find any specific thing more difficult in cork swings or gainer switches?
Cork swings, sometimes I can like start to drift to the side too much. And sometimes I can correct that, sometimes I can't. So that's annoying. And with gainer switches, I never really experienced that. For the most part, it's straight back.
Just like your recent clip on Instagram proves it. They look like you really train them every day. Like it's very efficient and clean, man.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad it looks like that because I definitely don't train a bunch of gainers every day. So thank you. It motivates me to keep doing it when I feel good.
So these days, how do you train? Do you train every day or work on stuff every day, or you just take rest days? So what is your general conditioning like now?
I trick about 2 days a week. A lot of tricking in 1 week would be like 3 days a week. But yeah, I trick 2 days a week because I really only want to trick when I feel great anymore. If I don't feel great, I honestly don't even want to like do anything, you know? I'd rather have fewer sessions where each session is like 100% rested or mostly rested than a bunch of sessions where like I'm never really rested. That's kind of my approach now.
I see. But just in terms of conditioning or moving itself or like stretching, I mean, you mentioned some things on Kojo's and Sam's show, I remember. That you,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been running lately. I try to run. I do about 2 miles a few times a week, 3 or 4 days a week. I've been doing yoga lately, like in the living room. I just go on YouTube and watch videos. It's nothing like super official. When the gym was open, like the workout gym, I would do like squats and a bunch of weights, and I use the jacuzzi and sauna a lot for recovery. That helped me a lot. So I'm missing that right now. Everything takes a little longer to recover. Yeah, I love the jacuzzi and sauna. I felt great from that. Just eating really well. I try to eat as healthy as I can. Try to do like mostly plant-based. Lots of vegetables, lots of fruits, oats, Greek yogurt, all that good stuff. What else? I don't really know. Just try to sleep well, do as much as I can. It's funny, when I was tricking like my hardest, I wasn't doing any of this, and now I'm doing all of this and I'm tricking the lightest, you know?
How the tables turn. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just try to be really mindful now of what I'm putting in. I don't think I really cared before. I wonder what kind of difference that would have made back when I was like 18 or 19.
Exactly.
But I think that's part of being 18, 19. It doesn't really matter. It does matter, but your body doesn't have the same effect of those foods as it does now. I'm 28, so.
Yeah, with all of that hormones and young age, you probably recover faster. You're more hungry, and that hungry to chase those things that you never did before. And once you achieve them, probably stuff just changes. You know, just that urge and drive. Other things become more appealing, and also you respect the fact that your body can take just that much damage, and you have to give time to recover so you can use it again if you want to use it again. And I think that's very much what changes drastically. But what I feel like I wanted to ask you is, back then when you were hunting like dab-dabs or crazy swing chains. I don't know what your record was, but it was also quite high. I think 50. I don't know how many. You also did quite a lot of swings, I remember.
I've done 13 corks, which it's not anything crazy for 2020, but for the time it was pretty good.
Still double digit in those times is still not many
for the time. For the time.
But what was your mindset back then? Just when you were hunting those numbers or harder tricks, how did you approach them? Like, I know you mentioned also on Sam and Kojo's show that you don't take it much serious now, but if you learned something back then from like chasing and attacking things, how did you approach it? What?
Honestly, I was kind of just, and I still am, just obsessive. Like, if I had something on my mind, I would go in the gym and I would do it until the lights were out and people are leaving, right? So when I started getting good at corks, I would do like 50 touchdown raised corks, 50 Gumby corks, 50 J-step corks, like all in one session, multiple days a week, right? Same with cork swings. I would hit like one session, I would hit 5 corks like 10 times. I would hit 6 corks like 10 times, 7 corks like, I don't know, 5 or 6 times, 8 corks like 5 times, like 9 corks, I don't know, like 3 or 4 times. And that was just in one session. Like, I would do it until I couldn't anymore. So yeah, I would just spam.
So
there'd be like 50? Months where all I would do was double corks, That's it. Yeah. Just obsessive, I guess.
And let me think about something that not a lot of people know, because I want to share it. And to those that just listen to this, whatever, they should definitely check it out. I mean, Giga, I remember when the floors were full, you just actually chucked on your sneakers because you didn't want to wait to trick on the floor. You went into, not a lot of people noticed that, but I noticed it because I'm the same, man. I love swings, the beauty of tricking. You went into the corner while everybody was tricking onto the floor, and you just drilled Gumby double corks on concrete, or basically in the corner of the room while everybody was on the plyo. And I wanted to
just myself.
I just wanted to know, why did you do that? What was going on?
I don't really remember.
I will never forget.
I remember doing a touchdown raised double cork on the cement. It's because it's in one of those samplers with the. There's another German guy. Do you know that sampler? I think his name was Alexander Schmidt.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a compilation, but I don't really remember that much though, too. I kind of remember it. Maybe I only remember it because I saw a video of it. I'm not really sure.
Giga.
Yeah, if I'm in the zone, I don't like to wait long. If I'm in the zone, I just want to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm at the session and I'm clearly in the zone and someone's trying to like talk my ear off, I can't do that. I need to go. I'm feeling it right now. I need to go. I need to do it right now. I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I operate with it.
Totally, man. Like, release that energy. I know when you have the urge, you just want to go for it. But I found it very interesting because you didn't even want to wait to do it on the floor. You just went, you put your shoes on and you went in the corner and you did Gumby double corks on cement. And I'm like, damn, bro, what's happening?
Were there even people around, or was I totally by myself?
No, that was by yourself. You didn't care at all. You did that, stuck so much in my mind, and I just had to reminisce, and that's why I was looking forward to.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's funny how much something can stick out in someone else's mind and like not at all in some. Like, it's funny what sticks out in someone's mind, not others. So I don't really remember that, but that's awesome.
Yeah, those two things, man. Drilling corks at 3 a.m. in the morning, and you said to me back then, when else will you have an opportunity to train cork swings with me? And I was done. I was tired, finished, and I see you spamming. I'm like, okay, let's at least do 2 or something, you know? Yeah, I remember.
Legendary.
So for you, man, like, just thinking back, what was your most favorite event in the past 5 years, let's say, or 10 years, in terms of
the past 5 years or 10 years? Because there have been a lot.
Yeah, let's say past 5 years.
Past 5 years. I think Hooked was awesome just because the sheer amount of people. There's just so many people. Have you been to Hooked? You've been to Hooked, right?
No, unfortunately not.
No?
I moved to South Africa just when they started Hooked. So when GIGA stopped, I think 2000, what was it, 11, the last one, or 12? I'm not sure. That's
2012, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they transitioned to Hooked, and that's why I moved to South Africa. And like for me, it's hard to fly up while wintertime while I was working in South Africa on movies or series. So
yeah,
that's a chance for me.
Yeah, South Africa's so far from everything too.
It is kind of far, but also kind of close. It's weird. It's very weird because it's at that point where even to Europe, flying to Europe, you're with a 12-hour flight, direct flight, you're there, or not even, like 10 and a half hours, but you're in the same time zone, so you're not jet lagged. Meanwhile, while you...
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just a different hemisphere. So now in South Africa, they have winter time, and in Europe, it's summertime. That's why I was chasing summer the past 8 years. So always going back and forth. But the time zone is the same. It's on one line to basically German or Austrian time up here. So
I kind of forgot about that. It's crazy how far it is, but it's in the same time zone. That's weird.
Yeah, it's interesting. What else?
But yeah, I think Hooked was awesome. My only thing about Hooked, I just wish it was in like the spring or summer. It's just so cold and dark. You know?
Exactly.
I would love that. There must be a reason it's not in the spring or summer, or else I think it would be. Maybe they can't get the gym or something. That's the only thing about Hooked. It's like so damn cold and it gets dark at 3 p.m.
I think they do it because it's Christmas time, people have money and it's holidays, so they choose that time of the year for most of the Europeans to make it, not the Europeans, but just generally most of the trickers worldwide to make it accessible. And but I talked to Laurent, basically, the organizer, and I said, we should work like on a special edition, you know, where the winner of Hooked gets a chance to travel somewhere warm or whatever, you know, do like an extended travel event, like Europe tour, but just like a bit different, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hooked was fun. What else? I don't remember. A lot of these events kind of become a blur after a while.
Have you been to Neo?
Yeah, I went to Neo. Neo was dope. I had fun at Neo. What else? Loopkicks is always fun because it's kind of at my house. It's like unofficially at my house. Well, I moved a few months ago, but that tricker house I was living at for like 5 years. People always like stay there for a couple weeks before or a couple weeks after. People always come over and party there. People always come over and trick in the spring floor in the backyard. So kind of like unofficially at my house every year. Even if we don't ask for it, or even if we don't ask for it, we don't invite anyone or anything, people just come to our house.
That's actually a thing I also noticed, like even it doesn't matter from where you're from, like as a tricker, when you go to Cali, you visit the tricker house, chill there, trick there. I saw a lot of samplers and vlogs out there, and it really makes me want to travel there, or at least motivates to create our own backyard type of spring flow thing, man. I think that's something really, really cool for everybody to have.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just maintenance, you know? Luckily, it doesn't rain here in the summer, but the winter does rain a bit. So you just have to have a tarp and be on that because the wood can warp. But it hasn't been too much of an issue. It's been okay.
So you don't have to... you cover it with things for the winter when it rains?
Yeah, there's a tarp. There's a huge tarp that you can like roll out and then roll back in.
Okay, that's pretty dope. And
yeah,
what are your wishes for like till the end of the year, or just in general for tricking in the community?
My wishes.
That you feel like would be nice for you and for others to have a chance to do that. You know, like not only in terms of traveling or events, but just in terms of growth for the community?
Good question. I just want everything to go back to quote unquote normal. I just want everyone to I just want gatherings back, events back, everyone safely able to hang out and chill again and go places. And some places are probably already like that, but not where I'm at all. Not in the Bay Area. And I think people are meeting up, small sessions and stuff, but I want real events back. Hook to happen again. And yeah, I just want everything back, I can't wait for my first gathering. It's going to be really cool to not be at something like that for so long, and then be around everyone when everyone's been cooped up for so long. I think there's going to be some crazy energy and just crazy things going on, everyone's going to let loose.
Especially because you will appreciate it way more than before. It's, before it was okay, I just go to an event. Now it's going to be
I was kind of getting tired of events before.
Maybe it's going to be back then, traveling 2 hours for just a 1 hour training session. You're just excited to go there, full of energy to release. So that's pretty cool though, to think like this.
Yeah. Helping us not take for granted so much that we can just see each other and go to things and be at these events that people put their time and effort to put on. Not take that for granted. That can be taken away like that. I wasn't really thinking about it. I never thought that would happen before. There'd be a year where we just nothing, couldn't do anything. I never thought that'd happen. I mean, theoretically, you thought it could happen, but it didn't really cross your mind.
It flips the perspective somehow, and I feel I don't know how you think about it, but it makes you appreciate the moment way more and take all opportunities you have more valuable, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do?
That's the thing, but we gotta stay positive like warriors do, man. And like I say, for me, this is very, very valuable because the Hyperbolic 2020 project and that Hyperbolic cast really happened out of this pandemic, whatever it is. I don't want to mention the name, but it just flipped the switch to think, hey, listen, stuff can be taken away tomorrow from you. So we should be grateful for every day we have to do what we love, to talk to people we are inspired by, to talk to people that we love and care for, the communities we care for, give back as much as we can, so for me, there's always two sides. There's always two sides in life, and just this whole situation made one side more clear. So we can all gain way more positive things out of this. And when stuff gets back to normal, man, I definitely want to visit you in California for sure.
Yeah, dude, come out. Where are you living right now?
I'm around Europe. So I'm just supporting my family currently here in Austria. But
are you Austrian?
No. I'm actually Serbian, but I'm born and raised in Germany.
I knew you were raised in Germany, but I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Germany.
Ancestry.
And but my heritage is from Serbia, so a lot of families across those three countries.
So Serbia, Austria, and Germany, you have family in all of those countries?
Yes.
I see. And I have a question for you. What exactly brought you to South Africa in the first place?
Damn. It was kind of a weird detour of life, Back then, when I watched Anis, flourish, dance, going to, and I was always fascinated by his style and his way of moving, his way of tricking, and that also transferred to taking it as an opportunity to say, listen, if he, please let me try too, So I first went to America, but there I was just lucky and tried. pizzas and all of that stuff works, and that's such a mission. So I'm like, okay, I gave it a try, didn't work out, go back to Germany, and then I had the opportunity to actually go to South Africa. And there I met local trickers and parkour and free running athletes that worked already in the stunt industry. And a new door opened. They said, hey, you don't have to go to America to do stunts, you can do it here, you know. And then there was Black Sails, the pirate series on Stars, Black Sails season 2, starting just at the end of 2012. And I auditioned for it, showed my tape to the stunt coordinator. And that's where the door actually opened on another place that I wished. But actually, while I was a little kid, teenager, like 15, 16, I was always dreaming about palm trees. So in South Africa, in Cape Town, we have palm trees. So the dream became true, you know. So,
yeah, I see. So how long did you live there for?
8 years, like from 2000.
8 years?
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know you were there for that long. Wow.
Like, you know, this decade, I also realized how fast actually 10 years just went like this, gone.
Yeah, it goes by fast in retrospect, but like days can feel slow too. Week to week can feel slow, a whole day can feel slow, you know? But then look back a year ago, that goes by like nothing. It's weird. But yeah, I want to go to South Africa. Looks awesome.
Man, if the world situation and they open travel again and you ever feel like visiting and I'm down there, you're welcome any time, man.
Yeah, you should go back so that I can go there.
I'll try to. I'm actually, the goal for this year is again to chase summer. But if I'm not able to go to South Africa, probably check out. There's a cool community in Greece at Crete, like a tricking community on the island of Greece. Might visit those guys and escape winter, or go to Cyprus and see if there's a way to do something out there.
Well, what are you doing for work right now?
I'm investing a lot in cryptocurrency, and I earn passive income through that. And just do me, man. Try to create commercials, do media stuff, and support things through the Hyperbolic2020.com project. I just shot a commercial for those, you know, those Hypervolt machines, those massage guns.
Yeah.
So with the community out here in Austria, they are very, very good performers and like crazy trickers out here, very much a lot of talent out here. So I'm just trying to create content and get myself creative and stay busy, man.
Stay busy. Do you have any more tricking, training, gathering questions?
Yes, actually. What I wanted to ask? You know, there was one famous gym in New York, because I saw also some of the stuff from you in this Aviator gym. Was it Aviator? No.
Aviator, yeah.
Aviator. I remember back then there was a thing that I really wanted to go to because of you, you know. I saw you training in that gym, Aviator, and then I went with, I think, Mike McGuire, Jason. Oh, yeah? Jason Mello was there, I think, and Nelson Zuniga.
Mike and Nelson were my roommates for like 7 years until just a couple months ago.
Ah, sick.
Yeah, out here in California. But yeah, you went to Aviator?
We are being EMP'd right here, right now.
Slobo?
Yes, I can hear you now again. You've been away for...
It's going to be way bigger.
Oh, yeah. That's the same with me visiting Jam. I saw it in the internet and I can resonate with you. I thought it's like a big, massive gym, and you go there, it's like tiny.
It's pretty big, but the gyms are always smaller in person. Like, what? This is it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's dope. You got to go to Aviator. I love that gym. One of my favorite gyms.
Yeah, legendary place. A last thing for just before we wrap this up, and before I wanna really create a new challenge. I don't know, it doesn't need to be now. You know, I just wanna put this thought out for everybody in the community. It's not just you, because through this Brave that I have as a partner. So Brave is a crypto-friendly browser that enables you to send directly funds. I can basically donate people. It's the same as very much Patreon, just way more simpler. You can generate revenue through ads, and you don't have to give money out of your pocket. It's just basically you pay attention to those ads. If you click the ad, you can opt in to click on the ad. You get rewarded in a couple of cents. So with that partner, I really want to create a movement, you know, just as an alternative chance to create fundings and collect money for events, for athletes, for whatever, merchandise, you know, because that's how we as a community can support each other. If everybody donates $5 a month, and I don't know how many trickers we have worldwide, if just 5% do it, or 10%, that's 1,000 people times 5, that's $5,000. So we can fly in people, do workshops, you know. So if we really make use of alternative things in any kind of way, you know, like I can see Zoom sessions happening, support for events, whatever. Just, it's not just my platform. I just want to open it up so that more people are aware of it, that there is another way of actually funding things. We don't have to just do it via the traditional way, via PayPal, via whatever, you know. It's stuff is opening up, new technologies, new ways. So yeah, basically to round it up is I want to create a challenge for the community, like I did with all the other podcasts earlier, is through more engagement, you reward people, like through more samplers or through more raw challenges. Like you, for instance, you mentioned on Sam and Kojo's podcast that you are a lot about spotting in different ways while you trick or while you move and creating different moves. So maybe that could be a cool challenge to give to other trickers, the thing that you can change your shape of movement, change how things look, how efficient you are, or how you move.
Oh, spotting. Okay, I misheard you. Yeah.
Spotting. Spotting. So maybe you come up with some cool things for the community, and we create a hashtag, and somebody that can fascinate you with new shit gets a reward of a Brave currency or BAT token and $5. It would be a pleasure for me to donate it. It doesn't need to be a sampler. Just like raw clips are fine on YouTube, upload it on the verified YouTube, and verified by you, because you're the one actually that will judge the stuff, because I cannot do what you do, you know.
So someone that fascinates me. You said someone that impresses me.
Yeah, someone that does some new stuff, you know, that you feel inspired by. So maybe that could be a new Hyperbolic challenge for creative movement. And just like you mentioned in the other podcast, that it's about exploring new things, looking in a different direction, spotting in a different way, just creating more body awareness. And I definitely want to promote that way more, because it's not all about power tricks. Power tricks take time. Other tricks take time. Everything is a question of time, and depending on how much time obviously you spend into it, it's what you get.
Right. We only have so much time to get good at so many possible things. We got to figure out where we want to put that time.
Exactly, man.
All right. Well, I can't tell you what I'm going to do right now, but I will keep that in mind. Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Easy. It's just a cool challenge, I think, like Alexander, the new Alexander verified movement challenge, just to inspire each other to keep exploring more things. I think why not, you know, like we all have different goals and targets. It's for those guys that listen to this that love that style and that also want to explore that realm of movement a bit more. Why not just do it, you know?
Yeah, I think we all have something special to offer, you know? Even if we haven't figured that out yet, we all have something unique. Yeah, I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, man.
Sounds good, Slobo.
Let's stay in touch. Let's keep it pushing. That being said, we got to keep it lean, mean, and clean. You do the right thing. You're soaking up sun like everybody should do on a sunny day, because take it in, guys. It's as long as it's free. It's free of charge.
Free 99.
Man, it was
All
a
right.
pleasure. It was such a pleasure to catch up
too.
with you, man. And
2020, man. Who would have thought we'd be here? 2010, Giga. 2020, now we're here.
I still cannot believe it, man. I still cannot believe it. And it leaves me with a good feeling that we made this happen. And hopefully we'll see each other in person, man. I'm very looking forward to it.
At some point. South Africa, dude.
Or Cali.
Or Cali, yeah. True.
All right, brother, man. It was a pleasure. Thanks for taking the
Yeah.
time. Really, thanks for taking the time to do this. And
For sure. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Have a good day, man. See ya.
you too, man. Peace.